Welcome all aspiring students of class 12 CHSE Odisha board. ପିଲାମାନେ ତମକୁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରାଯାଉଛି. Today I am going to analyze a very beautiful poem, The Slam of Life. It's written by Henry Wodsworth Longfellow. ପିଲାମାନେ ଦେଖ, the poem name is Slam of Life. Slam of Life means that's a slam means your song or hymn. जीवनर संगीत. So before discussing the poem, we must know something more about the poet. कवि का विषय जानिबा थरक. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow is an American poet and educator. Right. In 1884, he is the first citizen of the United States to be honored. America से प्रथम citizen. तांको honor करा थला Poets Corners of Westminster Abbey in लंडन इंग्लैंड. ये वेस्टमिनिस्टर अबे होची गोटा प्लेस इंग्लैंड रची. नामी दाबी कवि मानकर सेठी कबरस्थली अथवा समस्या अंतिम जीवन यापन करचंती. एटा कविंक स्थल बोली कहा जायछि इंग्लिश कविंकर. सेति पई तांकू सेठरे ऑनर करा जायतला. सो यू थिंक हाउ ग्रेट दी एच.डब्ल्यू. लॉन्गफेलो इज. The Slam of Life is one of the most inspiring poem in American literature. It is a timeless masterpiece of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. This poem is not just a collection of beautiful words, it is a powerful call to action, a vibrant for purposeful living that has resonated with the generation to generation. It offers for a navigating the grand adventure of life. जीवनर पॉजिटिव साइड टाकू डिस्कशन करचंती आ समतु आगु को बढ़े न पाई ए पोएम टाकू तैयारी करा जायछि. केमिति दुख रे मिरमाणा न होई पोएम टा डिस्कशन करिया पूर्व सिटी वार्म अप देछि. वार्म अप जोटा शॉर्ट समरी पोएम टा शॉर्ट समरी एटा खाली जस्ट हमें पढी देबा टिके पढ दे बुझी देबा. ए स्लैम ऑफ लाइफ इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट inspirational poem in literature for the lesson on life which it illustrates. बुझिला. The speaker believed that life is a solemn virtue, as a great virtue, that the only way to live it by making it worthwhile by becoming a good influence for the future generation. ଏହା को फुलफिल करिया पे worthwhile करिया पे मूल्यवान करिया पे हमको करिया किछि पड़िबो. एटा फ्यूचर जनरेशन पाई फुटप्रिंट या करे दिबा. दैट सजेस्ट दैट as long as one lives one must progress further than before. फर्दर than before सी पूर्व जाथरा ता पर्वत पर भलो है कि भलो काम करि के जीवो. सो एंड प्रोवाइड impetus for others to create its own footprint. This poem belong to the genre of poetry is called cave. पिला माने एट देखो क्रेबडिम जनरल एडा होची इंग्लिश लिटरेचर गोटे जनरल. ए क्रेबडिम टा होची साइज द डे इट स्पेशली गोटे जनरल लैटिन पोएम होराक्स आछि. आपे बहुत बड़ा लिटरेचर लिखाई छि आगुरु बहुत बड़ा पोएम लिखाई छि. और द साइज ऑफ डे तबे हायर क्लास रे पढिबो. साइज ऑफ डे मींस यूटिलाइज डे प्रपोजफुल वे एंड इट इंस्पायर द पर्सन. And this poem inspires us to make the most of time. Read the poem and note how the poet urges us not to think that life is sad and purposeless. Everybody's life is purposeful, even a minute. And how he inspires us to conduct ourselves each day in such a way that we may find ourselves every day better than before. प्रतिदिन एमिति काम करबा पूर्व दिन थारु आगो दिनटा निश्चित भलो हबा. तेणु स्ट्राइविंग हार्ड कठिन परिश्रम करबाने लिविंग द रिजल्ट टू गॉड. भगवान ऊपर फल छाड़ी देबो. तेणु भगवान से विचार करिवे से फल आपे आपे से देबे. ताला तक हमें स्टांजा को डिस्कस करबा. फर्स्ट स्टांजा को हमें डिस्कशन करबा. ए पोएमटा 9 स्टांजा द्वारा कंपोज होईची. टोटल 9 स्टांजा. फर्स्ट स्टांजा को देखबा हमें कोन कहै. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumber, and things are not what they seem. Tell me not in mournful number. Mournful numbers means sorrowful song. It is given your glossary or hymen we say it. And empty dreams, hollow dream, slumber means sleep. That if the soul, the inactive, it is dead. The soul, if inactive, it is dead. That's the meaning of the Odia. So it has ଦୁଃଖଦ ସଙ୍ଗୀତ ଆଉ ଫାଙ୍କା ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ slumber means ନିଦ୍ରା ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ତାର meaning. Let discuss, analyze the stanza. The poem begins with a verb tell. Mark the tell. It is an imperative matter, imperative mood, and the very first sentence strike the positive keynotes of the poem. It also indicates that the poet is going to give us some instruction on life, what this life actually is, and how we should take it. The poet asks us not to tell him in sorrowful verse that life is a hollow and a meaningless dream. Here, Longfellow slam the pessimistic who sing melancholy song or sadful song, write sad poems, or thinks that nothing can be achieved in his life. According to poem, a person who spent all his time sleeping is already dead, and such worthless example of life often misguide others. And he assured that life is not so sad or worthless as it looks like. It has much more potential than we think. कवि एठी आमको पचारिचंती गोटे इंपेरेटिव मोड क्वेश्चन पचारिचंती कहचंती जे मते नॉट लाइफ नॉट इन मोर्नफुल नंबर्स मिछि मते तुमे कोह नाही ए मेलांचली दुखद संगीत मते कोह नाही कि बट लाइफ इज एम्प्टी ए ड्रीम्स नुए द सोल इज डेड द स्लम्बर मिछि एक्चुअली जे सोई पड़िबो से मरि जीवो जे लेजी हे जीवो ऑल द टाइम स्लीपिंग इज ऑलरेडी डेड कहि ना आमे आम जीवन को अर्थ हाली कहि पारबा जेते बेले ठीक वे कामटा कर पारिबा we think is sad and worthless आमे भाबुचे जीवनटा sad and worthless actually सेटा नुहे तबे नेक्स्ट स्टैंजा life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. The dust though art, and to dust that returns was not spoken of the soul. The first line is life is real, life is earnest means serious, and the grave is not its goal. आमर जीवन लक्ष्य प्रकृति ग्रेव पाई नुहे समत मरिबा समत कबरखाना को जीवन आम जीवन लक्ष्य न हो and dust that art and dust the returnest meaning is given the quotation from the Bible regarding the mortality of a human body. सबुत लेखा है कि बाइबल नु एटा तो रिलीज पोएम टा बाइबल लेखा है जे mortality of a human body ऊपर से लेखा है and was not spoken to the soul. एटा प्रकृति रे सोल रो कथा भाषा नुहे. The second stanza begins with the line life is real, life is earnest. This also conveys the poet's positive attitude towards life. According to him, life is real and serious, not baseless or useless. So we would not take this life lightly. So to him, grave is not the ultimate goal of a life. Life does not end with death. So he wants to indicate that our works remain in this world even after the death. He thinks dust that thou art, to dust thou returnest. You are made of dust and you will go back to dust after that. And it is only spoken to the body, not is not applicable to the soul. जेंति हमर कहै छी उड़िया रे अछि शरीर पंचभूत रे तयारी पंचभूत रे लीन हे जिवो तेनु ताले किए लीन हे जिवो शरीर टा लीन जिवो तबे आउ कोन हबो. थर्ड स्टैंजा not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destiny and our way, but to act that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. देखो चली only one word destiny means predetermined आगु जा निष्पत्ति हेतबो. The third stanza Islam of life about the ideal way of living. The poet suggested that neither enjoyment nor sorrow should be our ultimate aim or way of life. He means to say in the ideal life, there should be both enjoyment and sorrow in a balanced way. ଦୁଃଖ ଆଉ ସୁଖ balance way ରେ ରହିବ, but that is not critical, because ଆମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଦୁଃଖର ମିରମାଣ ହେଇଯାଇବା, ସୁଖ ବେଳେ ଖୁସି ହେବା। No, that is not the most important thing is to work and work diligently। ଆମେ କାମ କରି ଚାଲିବା, ଦୁଃଖ ହଉ ସୁଖ ହଉ, so that we can always be better learn, better skilled, better manner human being with the every passing day। ପ୍ରତିଦିନ କୁ କାମ ଭିତରେ ନିମଗ୍ନ କରିଦେବା, ଆଉ ବା ସୁନ୍ଦର ଫ୍ୟୁଚର ରହିଯିବ। previous chapter ବି କହିଛନ୍ତି the poet in Slum for Life does not want to waste even a single day। so craving poem say out the size of the day or size the day, that single day କୁ ନଷ୍ଟ ନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ we should carve for going forward further each day in your journey of life। the first stanza, art is long and a time is fleeting and hours hard, those soft and brave, still like muffled drum are beating funeral marches to the grave। in this stanza we see art is long and time fleeting means that the work given to us is very vast and we have limited time and it is time consuming, but the time is running away very fast with every moment। the poet then says that through our heart are brave and shout at others time, but we fear death and our heart beats when we realize that death is certainly coming our way to bit by bit। Longfellow compared his situation, compared the situation of our heart to the beating of the cloth drum are the funeral marches to the grave। Here he means to say that he would utilize, we should utilize limited time span to fulfill our interest and to fulfill fullest instead of wasting it and through the death and other such things। we must utilize the days or the time in purposeful way। टाइम तो क्या अपेक्षा करें, तेणु आमको निर्दिष्ट टाइम दि जाइए, तेणु से समय भितर आम करवा। टाइम तो रनिंग कर सब सब प्रति मुहूर्त टाइम चलुव, टाइम नेवर वेट्स फॉर एनीवन, कहाँ तो समय अपेक्षा करना। तेणु आम सब डेथ तो ऑटोमेटिकली सी निश्चिंत आसो, ता कथा भाव कहीं एपाई आम सतर्क रहा, सतर्क रहा आम कम कर चलवा बीट बाय बीट। the stanza is in the world's broad field of a battle, in the bivouac of life, but be not like drum driven cattle, be a hero in the strife। here the poet compared this world to vast battlefield where we all are human beings are soldiers in camps to fight the battle of our life। so human beings are compared with the troops or soldiers। the poet urges us to be a hero in the battle of life, to fight utmost this out bravely and finally win it। शेष को आमको जीतिया पड़ जीतीज। in other words he wishes us to successfully in life। आमको कही बैटल फील्ड निश्चित युद्ध हो, कहीं लाइफ जीवनटा हूँ गोटे संघर्षपूर्ण युद्ध भूमि, आमको युद्ध करा पड़ो। दिस राइट वे ऑफ लाइफ एंड पोएट डज नॉट लाइक टू सी अस लाइक द डम कैटल ड्रिवन बाय जब मुक कैटल किसी कही पारे ड्रम बजे जेकोसी दिग को तड़ी नि आम लाइफटा सेमती नुहे विथ नो पर्टिकुलर गो एंड डायरेक्शन कौ डायरेक्शन को जो डायरेक्शन इच्छा से डायरेक्शन आम को कैटल घोड़े नहीं पारिबा, किंतु आम लाइफ को सेटा नुहे। देख यहाँ हूँ 6th स्टैंजा बोधे, ट्रस्ट नो फ्यूचर हाउएवर इट प्लेजेंट और प्लेजेंट, लेट द डेड पास्ट बी इट्स डेड, act in living present, heart within and God overhead। ट्रस्ट नो फ्यूचर भविष्य उपर विश्वास करना, हाउएवर इट प्लेजेंट जिते सुखमय हो। लेट द डेड पास्ट अतीत को अतीत विदा कर दियो एंड बिरी इट्स डेड ताको पोती दियो, act in living present ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସମୟରେ ଯୋଉ ବଞ୍ଚିତ ତାପରେ କାମ କରି ଚାଲ heart within and God's head heart within heart ସହିତ କାମ କର here is but here poet instructor also not to trust the future however pleasant it may be and because we often get carried away by happy dreams about our future and forget to act in the present and we also forget the past event and they are dead and they should not haunt us anymore and we must living in present ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସମୟ ପାଇଁ ଏଟାକୁ ବଞ୍ଚିବା lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime and departing leave behind us footprint on the sand of time. Here the meaning is the sublime symbol and the departing means when we die or we depart from the earth. The seventh stanza says that the lives of so many great and successful men remind us that we can also achieve those heights if we wish and strive for that. And if we can do that, we would be living forever in your works, in the hearts of the people. The poet compares this immortality of a living footprint. We keep footprint, ଚିହ୍ନ ରଖିଦେଇ ଯିବା ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ ବଂଶଧର ପାଇ ସେମାନେ ଆମକୁ ଫଲୋ କରିବେ on the sands of a time ସମୟର ବାଲିରେ and in other words we will not be living forever ଆମ ଚିରଦିନ ପାଇଁ ତ ବଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବା ନାହିଁ but we can leave our marks on the infinity flow of time ଏହି ସମୟ ଭିତରେ ଆମର ଚିହ୍ନଟାକୁ ରଖିଦେଇ ଯିବା our good works through our good works that would inspire later generation ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ବଂଶଧର ମାନଙ୍କୁ inspire କରିବା to follow our way. The next stanza footprints that perhaps another sailing over life's solemn men a fulcrum and shipwrecked brothers saying shall take heart again. The meaning is footprints that perhaps another अन्य लोकଙ୍କର footprint को आमे follow करछे sailing over life's solemn men जीवन को तांको पाद को अनुसरण करी आमे चलीछे the fulcrum and shipwrecked brother and saying shall take the heart again. The footprint that perhaps another is the poet continue the same theme of leaving a footprint to inspire others to follow. He compared a dejected or a wretched person with a hopeless shipwrecked man sailing over the large sea of life. That a person can find examples set by us and can gain courage and hope to move forward. ତେଣୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେଲିଂ କରୁଛେ ସମୁଦ୍ରରେ ଆମେ ସେଲିଂ କରୁଛେ ଜୀବନର ସମୁଦ୍ର ଜୀବନର ପଥରେ ଆମେ ଯେ ଚାଲିଛେ and the fulcrum and rich brothers means ଏଇ ବାଟ ଦେଇ ଯାଇଥିବା ଲୋକ ବା ଭଗ୍ନ ଜାହାଜ ଦେଇ ଯାଇଥିବା ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ବାଟ ଦେଖିଥାଏ saying and shall take the heart again ଆମକୁ ଦୂର କରେଜ ଶୋ କରିଥାନ୍ତି ବାଟ ଦେଖିଥାନ୍ତି and we get a hope to move forward. The last stanza let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate still achieving still pursuing learn to labor and to wait. शेषରେ पोएट बहुत सुंदर भाव कहते लेट अस बी देन अप चल आगु and doing कर्म करी चल with a heart for any fate हृदय सहित काम कर not any fate भाग्य पर विश्वास न काम कर चल still achieving जे पर्यंत पाइन बा डेस्टिनेशन प्लेस रे पहुंची न and still pursuing काम करी चल सेमती and learn to labor and wait कर्मटा को शिख कौन and अपेक्षा कर फल भगवान निश्चित देवे. In this stanza the poet Longfellow asks us to be up at once and start working. However, which season it may be, the poet here urges us not to mind the consequence or the result or to make our mind prepare for any fate. We must carry on and reaching great heights. They are still not living, and we must learn to labor, to work hard, to act wisely, and wait for the reward patiently, and give the result. Means the reward, the God will must give the reward. This is the intention the poet he described in the last stanza. So, what do we realize? How inspiring and motivating this poem is very motivating. The poet conveys his message all over the poem. What I feel here, and this is the inspirational poem. I have some themes and the poetical device used. And we will discuss it, analyze it later. स्टूडेंट पिला माने हमें देखो पोएम टा तो एटी सइला आ प्रकृति सेंट्रल आइडिया टा कोन गोटे 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 लाइन रे म कहूची तो सेंट्रल आइडिया छी फर्स्ट एम्ब्रेस लाइफ विथ पर्पसफुल गेन करेज एंड एक्टिव टू रे लाइफ इज नॉट मेरली ए फ्लीटिंग ड्रीम तीन रे रिजेक्शन ऑफ फर्टिलिज्म एंड पेसिमिज्म चार क्रेविंग मींस साइज ऑफ द डे और साइज द डे पांच रे लिविंग ए लास्टिंग इम्प्रेशन और लास्टिंग लेगासी छ रे रेजिलियंस एंड करेज इन एडवर्सिटी दीज ऑल आर इंपोर्टेंट सेंट्रल थीम्स ऑफ द पोएम तेणु पोएम टा सुंदर भाव पिला माने